Okay, so if you have a service-based business and you're still offering custom solutions to your clients, then your business is worthless to sell. Sorry to say, right? And here's why. When a company comes to acquire you, if they want to put a price tag on your business to evaluate for an acquisition, they're going to be looking for a couple things. One, they're going to be looking for growth. I think all of us know that that's something they're looking for. But another thing is they want to know, once they buy that thing from you and you're no longer in the picture, then they want to make sure that the success that you've built is repeatable. And if you're still building your success off of these custom solutions for your clients, right? And it's, your sales process looks something like this. Like, you call up a client, they say, hey, I need help. You say, all right, well, we're good at like these 3 things. And they're like, I'm something in between that. And, I might bolt on like this other thing. Can you do that? And you're like, oh, yes, sir, right? Because that's the standard answer. It's like, oh, we can do that. And then what happens is you're spending all kinds of time working up bids, custom bids, and you're trying to think through like, how many hours is my team going to have to spend on this, and then you're trying to figure in there the margin for you, and then you're kicking these bids out there. Well, built into that, it goes without saying that you aren't going to do that job as efficiently and as well as someone else who specializes exactly in that same thing. All right? And like, the very fact that you have to come up with this custom bid and that you don't know right off the top of your head what that's going to cost means that you are not set up to run that operation efficiently, and that it is not in the best interest of your client to hire you. Oh, man, that's hard to hear, right? Because I get it. You have a desire to serve your client, and so you think you're doing them the best service by being their one-stop shop, their go-to guy or gal, right? But in the long run, you're actually hurting them because you're constantly trying to retool your team to like handle this or handle that or to expand, and you're training a team of generalists who are getting somewhat okay and halfway decent at a lot of things, but never excellent or stellar at one thing or a core basket of offerings. Okay? And so by convincing your client to go, even if they accept your bid, the only reason that they went with that is because they don't realize that they could be getting better service going with a more specialized approach by someone else. Okay? And so it's in your best interest to look back on all the things that you do, all the services that you offer, and say, what's our core competency? What's the one thing that we crush it at, and that when someone says, hey, can you do this, I don't even have to think about it. I just it's going to take this long. This is how we do it. This is our process, and nobody else follows this process. We came up with it, and it's going to cost you this much. Sign right here, and let's go to work, right? Like, that's the thing. That's your jam. And so you should abandon everything else and focus on that. Now, I know what you're thinking right now. You're probably thinking, holy smokes, Stephen, if I were to do that, I don't even know if I could make payroll next month. Because, we've got like the thing that we're really good at only represents like 20% of our billing. And then we've got, just to keep our lights on and keep everyone paid and happy and to keep my team intact, I just have to accept all these other random jobs and these custom bids and all that kind of stuff. And so I get it. I understand. Every business like yours that wants to become something that's truly great and can truly scale, whether or not you want to stay in charge of it and scale to something really big, or if you just want to sell it, then the only way to do that is to go through this uncomfortable transition of stop thinking like a service-based company and think more like a product-based company. That you have a core product offering and you follow a standard process that you know well and that you do better than anyone else in the industry, and you know the cost, and you'll do it repeatedly every time for them. Now, it's scary to make that transition. Okay, maybe there's a temporary dip in your revenues, but what I promise and what happens every time is that when you do that, everyone around you realizes that you are truly excellent at your core offering, and they start recommending you to their friends for that sort of thing. and that becomes your business model, right? And now once you've made that transition to someone who's making an acquisition, someone who wants to buy you, they can easily understand how you make money. So therefore they can plug that method into their financial models and come up with a valuation. If you're coming up with all these onesie, twosie custom bids, it doesn't matter how expensive or how big they are. They're not repeatable. And it's very difficult for someone in their financial model to give it a good valuation. They're always going to devalue it. And you just won't get the valuation out of your business that you want. Or you'll get the valuation that you want and you have to stay on for 5 years so that they can observe how you do your custom onesie twosie bid process and spend 5 years trying to unpack it all and understand if they can, do that repeatedly. And by the way, that's what happens most of the time is people say, well, okay, I'll sell and I'll stay on for 5 years. What's the big deal? Well, the big deal is that you still have all the risk of an entrepreneur, and you've risked your brand now, you've risked everything that you've built, your team, and you've given up all your control. They are now the new owners and you're their employee for the next 5 years, okay? I'm assuming that's not very attractive to you. It's why I'm recording these videos, right? It's why I want to share the exact strategies for you to follow as a service-based company if you want to be able to have a successful exit for you. And again, it's not even about exit. If you want to just grow your company and stop feeling like you're on a treadmill or feeling like it's a rat race, feeling like it's just another job, right? If you want to experience freedom, then this is the strategy for you. You've got to stop doing these custom offers, find your core offering, formulate how you're going to do that best, how you're going to automate it, and just crush it. Just move forward with a very focused direction. Now, we dive deep into this in Exit Plan Secrets. That's what the Freedom Boss Tribe is all about. Whether or not you're just trying to scale your company and not have the headache and not experience burnout, or if you want to sell it someday, then that's why we created this tribe. And so watch for more videos. I'm going to explain more strategies for you to follow. So, make sure you click the subscribe, watch for the alerts, because they're going to drop soon. And I can't wait. Welcome to the tribe. We're super excited to have you here. And we'll catch you on the flip side.